Today, before the quiz, I want to show you how to use a handler to communicate between threads. Um, in an application, usually you need to use some download function or communicate with the server. So when you download something, you have to update the status, downloading status to the user. So like this one, you change from start to downloading and to finished. So the download thread will update the screen, but the download should be processed in different thread, and the screen is running in the UI thread. So we have to communicate between two different threads. First, I want to show you if we directly update the screen inside a new thread, what happened. Then we add a new item in the fragment, in the demo fragment, handler. Then next case 11 equal to start a handler activity class. Because we don't have an activity, we go to activity folder, then create a new empty activity. Let's call it handler activity. Then we import R, and in the demo activity fragment, import the handler activity. So go to new created handler activity, go to the layout file, and in this layout file, we use linear layout. Then first we create edit view, edit text is 60 dp and height is 60 dp and gravity with center. Text size is 36 sp and edit. And we add an orientation for the linear layout, use the vertical. Height, return to wall content. Then width, also wall content. Then that's it, edit text. Then we add an ID to the edit text. This is in handler activity, so start with handler, then edit text. After the edit text, we add a button to trigger download. Then match parent, 60 dp, and text. We use download. And also add an ID to this button. Add ID, then and add a handler download. Then go back to handler activity. We use Bart knife to bind views. Bind this. Thus, we can set on-click listener for the button under download button, then public void download view import view. And inside the download, we want to start a new thread to download something, download a file or download a MP3 from a server. So we have to create a new thread. Right here. Then insert here class download thread download thread equal to extends. Okay. Extends thread. And we add override start method. Oh, sorry, it's a run method. Then inside this thread, if we directly update the UI thread, so we get the edit text first at span view r.id.handler. It's an edit text. So we want to update the edit text inside the download thread. So dot set text, then a start. So I run our program to check if we can update the edit text in the download thread. So currently we have no errors and the building is also fine. Then we wait for the application. Handler, then if we click download, okay, so if we click download, we have, that's a definition about the thread. We have to run the thread. It's a download thread equal to new download thread, then download thread dot run. Then if I click download, start a new thread. Sleep 5. And sleep. We put a sleep time here to check again. And download. Um, I change to a new way to start the dialog. Like this. Then download. I try to update the edit text here. Edit text dot set text and start. Then go to handle start. Okay. So go to logcat. We can see a crash here. Called from wrong thread exception because we create a new thread, but we in this way they will still in the UI thread. So here we create a new thread, then update the edit text in a new thread. So we will get an exception called from wrong thread exception because like this picture, if you have multiple thread and this is UI thread inside text. The UI thread is in charge of all the views update or edit text or a toast or a button status. So then if we want add a new function, new task in new thread, like thread 1, 2, 3, then thread 1 will download something, thread 2 will ask for some content from the server. Then after the calculation about thread 1 or thread 2 get some result from the server, they want to update the UR thread, like you got a new number or new account. After the login you will get a new account. They want to update the UI thread, but because you have multiple threads, you can create a multiple thread in the one application. So whenever you want to update the thread, you will not know which thread have the priority. So if 2 or 3 thread update the UI thread at the same time, so they will cause a conflict. You will know which one is first, which one is second. So they introduce a new component called handler. And this one is very simple. They will use a message queue, and each one, whenever a thread want to update the UR thread, so they just put a message or runnable object to the message queue, and so it's because the queue is first in, first served. So if thread 1 want to update the edit text, then it will send a message to the message queue. Then because it first sends the message, then the UR thread will put out the message or the runnable from message queue one by one. So it has an order, so it will not cause the conflict. Do you get it? Okay, this is a question in the final exam. You have to draw a picture like this one and explain the mechanism about the handler. It just introduces the message queue in the system. Then the thread will first add the message or the runnable object to the message queue. Then the UR thread will get a message from the message queue one by one. So we have to use handler to deal with the call from wrong thread exception. And here we cannot update UI from non-UI thread. So we can create a handler download new handler. Then inside the handler, we can override the handle message method. Then that the message is the handle get out from message queue. Then we can switch the message dot what. Then according to the message dot what, we can know where the message meaning and what's the function is the message. So for example, if case 1, then it's edit text dot set text starting. Then started. Then break case 2 edit text dot set text is downloading. Then case 3 edit text set text is finished and break. So according to the switch case, if the message has a what value is 1, that means the download is started. Then if the case is 2, then it means the download is in the process. If the 3 means the download is finished. So according to the status, we can update the interview by using message equal to new message, and message dot the word equal to 1. Then we can use thread or download the handler dot handle message. You have a send message. Then it's post delay. Send a message. Then put a message inside. And we let the thread sleep 3 seconds and put a try catch. Let the sleep 3 seconds, then send the message again. Dot what equal to 2. Can I send a message, the same message the second time? Yes or no? Let's try this one. Handler download. Then the application crashed. The exception is legal state exception. Then this message is already in use because we have a message queue. Then the message will add it to the queue. It's already occupied. So when we send a message again, so the message already in the system, so we cannot send the system a second time. We have to create a new message 1. Then leave us 3 seconds again. Then send the finish the status. So if I click download, it starts first, then downloading, then this is message 2. Started, downloading, and finished. So inside a new thread, you can use handler to send a message to the message queue. Then inside the handle message part, it will deal with the message queue, then pull out the message one by one, then update your thread. That is, when you send a message, you can also put message.argue1 equal to 3. So when you deal with the message, you can that's this activity extend from our base activity, so we can toast the message can carry some information. We put 3 numbers inside the arg part variable about the message, so we can get it from the deal message part to the toast. And this is one way to use handler as send message. We can also put a runnable object inside the handler. So it's called runnable equal to new runnable. And inside the run, we want to add a text compared to add a text that get text dot integer. We want to create a countdown by using the handler, the value of value of string, then inside value of the string. Equal dot set text we want to add some. So for example, if from 20 we want to count down from 20 to 1, and each second will with minus 1. So in the runnable part, we want the edit text because in the edit text can only set is a string. So after you get a string, then we convert it to an integer number, and the integer number. So the number equal to integer value of s int, and if number larger than 0, we let the number minus 1. Then we set text is number dot string. So that's a runnable. Then we also create a new handler. Run and handler equal to new handler. Then handler dot post delay runnable dot 1 second. And we create a new button inside the layout of the activity. So it's countdown. So inside the activity, we set onClick listener for the countdown button. Then void countdown then it's a run handler dot post delay runnable, then 1 second. So in a new thread or in other place, if you want to proceed runnable, then you just need to use a handler called post delay method. And the delay minutes is the time when the delay time you run the runnable component. Runnable. And when you when the system proceeds this line, if you go to the runnable, then run the run method. So if I change to 20, then I click countdown. So for each second, we'll -1 to 0. So this is a way to run something inside a new thread, in a download thread or in the communication thread with the server, or you can use it as a timer. So there are two ways to use handler. First one is use handle message. Then you can create a new handler, then override a handle message method. Inside the method, you can do different things according to the message.word key. Then when you want to send a message from a new thread, you can use the handler.sendMessage to send a message to the UR thread. Inside the UR thread, it will get out the message and handle the message. Then you can also create a runnable. Then inside the runnable run method, you can do what you want for the UR thread. Then you can post the runnable in any place in a new thread or also in UR thread. You can also put a delay time for the runnable. That's for the handler.